How's it going, guys? So in this week's PhantomCave video, we're going to be having a look at Diana and the Heartbreakers Gang, done by, the cover this time around is done by Matt Kyme. The original art for this story is done by Matt Kyme, and the finishing touches are done by Shane Foley. So let's get into it, people. Let's enjoy this comic because it's full of nostalgia. So the first thing we got to have a look at this book is that it's okay. It's a retro nostalgia book. They've already printed, few publications have already printed one of those stories before in the same format and in the same sort of style and nostalgia and all that sort of stuff. And they published that in, I think, 2019. The image will be up on the screen right now. And it's... Firstly, we get an example for what Dudley is talking about. That's Matt Kyme's work. And this, yes, it is Shane Foley, who I have met before. And he's a great guy. He's a great guy. And he's a great guy. He does his work. He does it at a full extent. He does it at a magnificent quality that we usually do see from Shane Foley. And just let me tell you, this is just going to be so good at looking at these nostalgia moments, looking to see where we get to see these comics, and just look at that Wilson McCoy style. So very good. I was reading this. It took me probably an hour to read this. Obviously, it's a 36-page book. We've got, 12 6 hours in a day. And it took me nearly less than an hour to read this. So it's a great story. I absolutely love this story. It's so good. And the artwork just goes hand in hand with it. Just so good. It gives you a lot of twists in this plot. There's a lot of plot twists, and there's a guy called Sydney. So there's a guy called Sydney. He's just got whacked over the head, and old mate is just taking his very, very precious suitcase. Now, the guys that are getting the suitcase, the Phantom deals with them, obviously. And Sydney hands over, I say this once, I'll say this twice. He hands over a large sum of money to some very bad people. And then the Phantom goes on investigations. He finds an old crook that's got his skull mark on him, and he has to talk to him. Then pulls out one guy out in the street, gives him a hard talking to, and and Diana's doing her own thing. She goes and finds out the stuff, and then she turns into Miss Julie Walker, but it's actually Diana Walker, and it's so good. Because these two characters, the two main female characters, it just reminds me of Skyband. It reminds me of Sing Brotherhood, the good old days when we actually had Sing Brotherhood stories, had the Skyband, and when it all was coming together in 1930s, late 1930s, or like mid 1930s. So these two characters, they just remind me of the Baroness and the Salah. So very damn good. And don't tell me, but this one here, just spoiler alert, is constructing the whole thing. It's so good that the main person that's in charge of this organization has basically left the other people for dead. Yep. Julie Walker, Phantom comes in through the window. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he come through the window? A classic. And the Phantom basically tears this thing apart, and he saves. Well, Diana and the Phantom work hand in hand to save this organization and to save this comic from being a good comic. Save this comic from being a bad comic. That's just a little joke for me. But then the Phantom, one main person and the other person actually get caught by the Phantom. He wraps it all up, and we see there's a little plot twist coming, and Sydney gets a talking to Diana. Yeah, boys. But Diana say that I reckon in the future comings of these comic series, we will see more stories like this. Like this story, I tell you what, it's like I've been saying in this this review, it's one of the best stories I've read from Matt Kyme. Like the last story, I didn't actually get The Day It Raises. I did not get it. But this story, oh my goodness, it's so very damn good. And I reckon they should do a sequel to this story. They should do a sequel to this story and get the backstory of how Sydney came to be and what he has done before this story. I reckon there's got to be either a prequel or sequel to this story. Now, I'm just saying that's just my speculation on that there should be another story to this story, and we will get into the forum. So, letters, comments, social media, you can all do it at the forum. If you would like to send in a letter, if you would like to send in your comments at Dudley, you can do so to email Dudley at frewpublications.com.au. And for the last year or so, I think, I've been reading the comments and the emails and the letters and all that sort of stuff in the forum. It's been some great stuff then. There's been some sour stuff. And if you would like to know more about the Phantom, if you want to be like the Colonel and subscribe to the Phantom, you get free file cards worth up to, the price of it is worth up to $185 per year, and you get all new subscribers, all subscribers at a value of $130 with the free file cards. And also a special offer nowadays, you can get the new, a couple of years old, but a new Phantom Messenger bag for a new price, $50, when you subscribe to the Phantom now. So if you would like to subscribe to the Phantom, if you want to catch up on all the Phantom comics that come out fortnightly, and all the specials and all the special ones that are coming out, you can do so. You can buy it at www.phantomcomic.com.au, and we'll see you. Now, we've got another ad that I literally just said in the last video. We have the Treasures of Dracon. You can get the official Fuse official board game right now. Only exclusive first print run only, and you can get that at phantomcomic.com.au now. So if you would like to subscribe to the Phantom Cave YouTube channel, if you enjoy, or if you're an enthusiastic collector that loves his Phantom, that loves her Phantom comics, then you can do so. You can subscribe down below, like, share, comment if you enjoyed this nostalgia issue from Frew. I certainly did enjoy it. And as always, keep Phantom Caving, and we'll see you next time on the Phantom Cave YouTube channel. See yous.